morning, YouTube. Yes, I'm starting early. I guess I thought, to be honest with you, this. I've been sitting in Connecticut for the weekend, um, enjoying another weekend off. But it wasn't half as bad. I did a lot. I did dang near 10,000 steps yesterday, 9,000 steps before that. Did a lot of walking around, a lot of self-reflecting, as usual. I thought I was going home this week, but it's actually next week, which I'm not. I don't know. I wouldn't say mad at, but like I said, I got some. Oh, there's a Dunkin' Donuts over there. I could have went and got some dang donuts. Could have got some donuts. Oh well. But got a well-needed 34 again. Jeez, just so many 34s. That's another explanation. 34 means it's like a hard reset with all my hours and everything like that. So it feels a whole lot different in a newer truck. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm in a newer truck, and I'm okay. We're heading north right now to Massachusetts. Hey, Mike is sent me a message. Oh, you finally passed the truck. On one of my shorts. He said, "Oh, you finally passed your truck." I was like, "No, Mike, I didn't." Hey, good morning, Warshaw. Hey, no, Mike, I didn't pass the truck. Uh, that's Charles' video. He helps me out from time to time. Oh man. But it's funny every time one show comes in. I want to talk about cruising. I actually was I watched a lot of cruise videos. While I was sitting here in Connecticut. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to this next cruise. Norma's kind of she's hyping herself up because she's calling it the ghetto cruise because I guess the port we're going out of, and a lot of times um, it's a cruise for newer cruisers, and what they do is they get the they go ahead and buy the drink package and try to drink themselves silly, and they're not well seasoned like a good amount of us. Um, that we don't bring that drama. We don't bring that drama to the cruise ship. You know what I mean? And you find a lot of that, and I'm saying, well, if you're looking for it, it's gonna pop you in the face. But I normally don't hang around when I'm on a boat. I'm setting my ways. I'm eating. If we have a fight, if a fight breaks out in the cafeteria, that would be ridiculous. But you know, we're setting our ways. The my cruise friends, they're setting their ways. You know what I mean? And we know better. And it's so funny. I was just saying, look, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'll take your swing. I'll take the hit. And be running away, and it'll be you'll see it on video me laughing and yelling, security, because I'm not getting kicked off this boat after I done paid all this money. I'm just not. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You call me punk all you want, but I'm not getting kicked off this boat. Like I said, even when I do have a complaint. Hey, good morning, you. Even when I do have a complaint, you know why I'm not getting kicked off this boat? It's funny. I always got a way to segue into something because I'm a stockholder in Carnival Cruise Line. I'm actually a stockholder in Carnival and a stockholder in Norwegian. You wouldn't believe it, but I actually am. I got substantial stock in Carnival. I'm working on Norwegian right now. At least at least to break the 100 stock, 100 shares level with Norwegian. Um, but that's all. It's I guess it's a part of it. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get to the conversation that is in there, but I'm gonna wait. We're gonna start that around 6. Um, yeah, we're gonna hear a lot of ums today, but that's okay. That's I was thinking about that. Having God, now that I'm saying it, I'm thinking about it. Having a video where every other word is gonna be and that's my thing. Lord, I'm doing it now. You got to have fun. And this, if I can give you any suggestions, I'm having fun with this. But I'm noticing that trolls, now that I'm growing, the trolls are coming out. I want to engage in them, but I know I was like, you know what? Next, if I start engaging in them, I'm gonna get hit with by something from YouTube. But for an example, okay, I did a short this weekend. I walked into Lowe's, and in the front they had this basket. Y'all get a chance. It's on my page. It's a short, and it's a short for breathing in oxygen. Well, first of all, how do we? This is not a medical facility. It's Lowe's, you freaking idiots. And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the one person that gave me the backlash, like I'm stupid or something. Everybody's got to correct me. Yes, I went to school in Amityville, New York. It's an open joke between me and Charles. We know he knows what I'm saying. Yes, I went to Amityville, New York, but I'm not as stupid as you think I am. I do know that the air we breathe is not 100% oxygen. But see, these oxymorons, these freaking morons that come on YouTube, they want to give me the percentage and everything. Oh, it's not all oxygen and all this blah 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 blah. Okay, stupid. Lowe's is not a medical certified institution. And if the fact is that if I buy a can of oxygen, I want to get it from a medical supplier so I know that it is certified oxygen, you freaking morons. You get what I'm saying? Let's just think about it. And then to top it off, if I'm so screwed up that I'm buying oxygen from a Lowe's, I'm doing some DIY or repair, and I got to stop and let me get let me breathe that can of oxygen because I can't breathe. Then guess what? You don't need to be freaking doing it. You got underlying problems that you got to breathe in oxygen, pure oxygen a day. I could pump some air in a freaking can and sell it to you because you're stupid enough to buy something like that. You see, do you guys are you feeling what I'm saying? And that's what I was joking. It was a joke when I did it. I was like, I'm not buying this. Are you really telling me how stupid you are? Are you really telling me how stupid you are that you're going to buy something like that from Lowe's? That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. And then, look, I done found the secret to growing my channel. Not your channel, not your channel, not your channel, not your channel, not your channel. I found I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I'm pushing it. I got a couple of hundred subscribers this month alone. What I do, you see that truck just passed, I record that and put music to it. Sometimes I do the same music. Sometimes I experiment with one person goes, leaves a message. You're playing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And the song is I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. Blah 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 blah. Blah. I'm invincible. Well, guess what? It was a video that Charles sent me, my friend that looks out for me, that says, hey, I'm gonna help you go. I'm got your back. I'm gonna help you grow your channel. And I'm pumping that music because he's passing an overweight vehicle. I'm in the whole the thing about it, when I see what truck I'm video, what music will go good with that. And I thought that, oh, you're playing it over and 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 over. Really? You ain't got nothing better to do in your life but to come to my little itsy bitsy spider channel and say some baloney like that. Come on, guys. Come on. I know I'm rambling, but hey, let's start the week right. Let's start the week right. And that gives me encouragement. That gives me uplifting. That gives me a reason to push forward. Because guess what? You don't hear that from more sophisticated channels like Strong Adventures that does cruising and adventures with cruising and travel. Because Strong's the man. He good folks, and I didn't say that as a joke, but I like to pass on when you guys get a chance, check out his channel because he's retired and he I think he's like 52 cruises or more, somewhere around there. He's good people. Um, and that's the thing. I wouldn't go on Armstrong channel and say that. Why are you talking about that? Well, he's talking about that because he loves cruising. Do you see what I'm saying? Mike talks about seeds because he loved planting seeds and eating peppers and hot peppers and squash that tastes like cake. Like butternut squash. Tastes like cake. Need to grow you some spaghetti squash. That's some good stuff with marinara. I'm telling you, good stuff, Mike. And and this is what I'm saying. I have to give it to the folks that I have to really give it to you, the folks that and I had to look at it. I've been on this mess for a minute. I just never dedicated myself to it. Wait a minute. Let me get out your way, bro. I forgot I'm in Connecticut. These folks get up early. I'm ahead of the game. And they're like, nah, get out my way. Round, round, round. Pew, pew, round. Get out my way. Get out my way, you fool. But that's all right. But I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged because I went and looked. I went all the way back to my first video. My first video, I think we were coming in. I think we were coming in the Turks and Grand Turks. I think we was coming in the Grand Turks. I did like a 30-second video. It says, man, I love cruising and cruising is awesome and it's so freaking awesome. And that's all it said. I didn't even get a music strike, but if I was gonna redo it, I'd probably get a music strike. Because you can hear the music in the background. It's coming in the port, you know? But I know that, at this point in time in my adventures and in my, endeavors, that I need to thicken up my skin a little bit more. And and for next time I get these trolls, I'm like, thank you for your comment. Appreciate you. God bless you, my brother and sister. Just thank you, thank you, because even though you watched it and you wanted to say something stupendously stupid, uh, I just I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for sh- for for shining your light on me. It's just, do you see what I'm saying? I mean really, but that's okay. We're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction because it's, what, it's our time. We're going to, um I'm going to try again. I don't know. No, I don't think I don't need to push that this morning. I hear Charles yelling in my head. Don't do it. Shut up. Don't do it. Haven't you learned? Are you an idiot or something? Shut up. So I hear him yelling in my ear. I hear him. Look at the count. Don't you see? Shut up. He said, "Don't do it." Oh my God, I'm getting too old for this mess. But I did it. Back to the other thing. I did venture out and went and did some shopping. Uh, I started cutting back on the crap that I've been eating. I've been eating a lot of junk food. I've been eating a lot of garbage, and I know it kind of raised everything up. Whoa! I know this guy's sorry. He's trying to get past. You know what? Let me speed up. Let me speed up because this guy, man. All right, but back to it. um, and it's funny with this low carb. I have different types of uh, you know low carb lifestyle. I have different things that I snack on. One is like pickles. Two is zero sugar whipped cream. I'll eat that and pretend it's ice cream when I want something sweet. Um, I shouldn't have the peanut butter, but we're working on that. Y'all give me pray for me on that. I shouldn't have the peanut butter, and you know, and I'm at the cash register, and then the cashier's looking like, "Oh, we must be pregnant. You got whipped cream and pickles and this and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, we are." You see my belly, nosy behind. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. But it, I, I'm start getting some what you call it, some pots and a platform and pasture seed, and start planting some seeds because this mess out here, boy. Buying regular stuff is getting expensive. I'm like 18, $20 for three things, and it's it's not getting bad. It's bad when you remember how much stuff used to cost. But that's okay. 'Cause I was telling Norma when I was walking home from the supermarket, and I went there twice. Um, This is encouraging because it's gonna make me not eat. It's gonna make me not stuff my face because I'm like, I'm not paying that, and I don't need it anyway. I shouldn't be eating that. I shouldn't be eating that carbs. I shouldn't be eating that. I shouldn't be eating that. It's gonna make me not eat it anyway. Yo, that's a plus in my book. Just like you hear that meme, a win is a win. A win is a win. Good morning, welcome in, welcome in. A win is a win. you know, you be thinking you lost. No, no, no. A win is a win. And I did what a lot of people don't do anymore. I went and walked over to what the Walden Books or Balden Books or whatever it's a big old mega bookstore, and I was going to look for some a book on lawn care, which you can't find because I'm tired of effing up my lawn. I need to do it the right way. But something dawned on me what I'm going to do. And one guy said, "Don't do it," but I don't listen. I'm gonna start laying plugs. I laid a couple of plugs last time I was home, but I just ordered 100. I ordered 100 plugs from Amazon, which is like $105. I'm gonna do that once a month when I come home and start plugging my lawn. Even in December, December, January, February, March, April, I'm gonna do order one box a month. Even when he said they'll come dormant, I'm gonna start plugging my lawn because I know it's gonna take a long time for it to grow in. I'm good with that. I finally figured out. I'm hoping this is gonna be the right zoysia. It's very expensive grass. Um, I'm hoping that's going to be the right grass that's going to help me grow in my shaded areas on my lawn, on my front lawn. I'm going to the top right corner. I'm going to dig that area up and see what's under there. And then there's a one root I know I'm going to chop that sucker in bits because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired. I've got all these freaking lawnmowers, and then I'm. It's actually starting to. My perennial rye is starting to come in because I dropped a whole bunch of that, and it's not gonna come until it gets cool, but it doesn't stay because come January, March, April, May, late May, June, man, it dies off because it can't take the heat. It just can't, and I know that. Um, but I'm tired. I need something to cut. I can't say love mowing ain't got nothing to cut. You know what I mean? I need something to cut. I need something to rain the destruction on my lawnmowers. And that's where I'm at. That's where what's going on. So, and then again, I'm gonna be doing videos on repairing the fence back there. I'm going home in a week and a half. Uh, you know, well, I got I got this week and next week. I'm going home next week. So, but that's okay. Actually, the reason I extended it out because I'm having all these weekends off. I ain't making no money. I need to make the money. I need to make the cheddar. I got to pay for these 4 cruises coming up, and then I'm gonna start a savings account because I want to go to Aruba. I want to go to Aruba, and I don't want to put it on a credit card. At least most of it, I want to pay. I want to pay out of my pocket and not on a credit card. And I wanted to go to Maldives. We might go to Maldives on a budget. You know what I mean? It might not be a bigger one, but just I just want to go. I want that experience. I don't want that $10,000, $20,000 experience. I want the $3,000 or $4,000 experience. Yeah, that's what I want. I'm just saying that that's one of my bucket lists. I do want to also maybe they got a cruise ship, but normally she ain't gonna be with it because it's too full long for her to be off of work. She ain't gonna do 2 weeks. I want to go out maybe to cruise. They have stuff that you get out of Singapore and stuff like that. Singapore, that place where I think that's where a lot of that Crazy Rich Asian, that movie came out of. Um, but she ain't with it. But we'll see. But that's part of it. But one of the things about being a truck driver is you spend a lot a lot of your time alone. You spend a lot of time self-reflecting. You spend a long time thinking about what you've done, what your accomplishments have been, what your screw ups, your f ups. Um, and I have, the sad part about it is I have a long list of screw ups. Sad part about it is I've made a lot of mistakes. I could give y'all that wonderful excuse. Well, nobody taught me, and that's true. Nobody taught me, but I'm not going to make that as an excuse. But I do know that one of the things that I've always wanted was to have a real relationship. Um, Not one totally wrecked with drama, not one totally destroyed with one-sidedness, not one that is totally screwed up. That everything is not my fault because of my nature. I am a giving person. I might you might not think that, but I am. Um, I soak up love. I soak up appreciation. I soak up the the wanting to be wanted because I, as one of the youngest of eight siblings, no, well, actually nine, the second to the last, no, the third to the last youngest. I never got. There was no attention, and there was no center around me. There was actually no center around none of us. You know, we were just kids in the household. I don't remember the love. Sorry, I don't. I don't remember any fatherly advice until I was a grown ass man. Too late. I done made my own mistakes. You know what I mean? I don't remember none of that because it was not given. This old school parenting. They had us and then went to work to make sure we were fed. And half the time there's no food in the house. So my first job was going to working at Burger King and sneaking off to the bathroom eating Whoppers because there's no food in the house. You know, and loving it, boy. There's no food in the house, but going off and eating this and eating that and blah. But we don't realize when you choose a mate, there's more to choosing that person other than looks. And I remember I was talking to a friend of mine years ago. I said, "Hey, man," I said, "Stop being so shallow." In my own words, I ain't say it like that because that'd have been hurtful. Stop being so shallow. You got to look at this. You got to look at this. You got to look at this. And you got to look at this. And the reason I said that is, it's this person you want to be with. There, are they nice? Are they giving? Do they give a crap about you? Do they think twice? Do they do this? Do they do that? Just stop looking for the ones with the big booty, and stop looking, because they don't care. They're gonna get what they want from you and spit you out and leave you, like you see that bug that got splattered on the windshield, let you dry up and be all crusted. Hold up. Thank you. And then didn't remove you and throw you in like the trash that they believe you are. Men and women choose. A lot of us. The reason why it don't last is because we're guys. We I'm trying to find the right words to be nice about it. Um, it's all sexual, but after a while, it's sex is gonna stop or slow down. Because of the food we eat, and the older we get as men, it ain't gonna be as frequent. Not that we don't want to, but hey, the body says, hey, nah, man, you're growing old, brother. But you say Cialis and Viagra, man, this stuff it ain't what you think it is. It don't make you Superman all the time. You know what I mean? But knowing that someone cares about you, that cares about your health, that cares about your strength. I would say emotional health, but it don't matter. The perfect woman, she don't really give a flip about a man's emotional health. Sorry, sorry, I got to keep that one 100. We got to worry about the woman's emotional health and strength and all that, but they don't give a flip about ours. I'm sorry. But one thing I noticed, this it brings me to a story that I want to tell. This had nothing to just not did not happen now. Within the last 9 years, this story did not happen because I was not a restaurant manager. So if ears are on me, this has nothing to do with you. But I was reminded of an old story. And this is it's funny because this is so true that when you are single, when you are when you are who you are, nobody wants to be bothered with you. But soon as you get into a relationship, soon as you get married, you have predators. There are predators in these offices. They call them work wives or work husbands. They're going through something at home, so they're on the crawl, they're on the path to make you their partner, their partner in crime. A lot of times it starts out something as simple. Hey, let's go to lunch together, and next thing you know, oh, he's so wonderful because he listens to everything I say, but my husband or my boyfriend don't listen to me. That same comment, you got to think about it. That same conversation, you say nobody listens to you. Are you arguing with that person? Are you being honest? Are you being gentle? Because you're being gentle with your work husband or your work wife. Oh, she doesn't get, you're not telling the whole story. But this stuff happens. How do I know? Nah, it ain't got nothing to do. I was told this, and I was explained, and how, and long time ago. Because before I started dating again, I was married for 20 and some change years. So I was in this bubble, not seeing what happens out here. But this is what happened. They call them work husband and work wives, and then you start telling you all your business, and you start thinking, oh well, they listening to me. No, that's a trap. That's a freaking trap. Because that person is looking for something. Oh, I'm believing everything you say because you're so wonderful. Because they want to get you in the bed. Oh, let's both sneak away and take the day off, and next thing you know, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. You're making a terrible mistake. Instead of taking your behind home and talking it out with your wife, or taking your behind home and talking about it with your husband. And the reason I'm saying that, and God, don't get me wrong, I am not perfect. I'm less than perfect. I've made so many mistakes. I've cried so many nights about the mistakes that I've made. But I'm going to tell you this. I grew up as a teenager watching what my father did to my mother. Cheated on my mother, had a child out of wedlock. My parents used to fight, and when they fought, it was so embarrassing. I never wanted that. My first wife was the wrong wife. I just was, and see, this is what happens when you have kids and you have all this drama. You're passing that curse on to your children. You are literally giving it away to your children. Because guess what they're gonna do? One way or another, they say, I'm not gonna be like my father, I'm not gonna be like my mother, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. You're gonna wind up emulating them anyway, because you grew up seeing it. You grew up seeing this trauma. And that curse just got passed on. That curse just got given away. And you're saying, I'll never take that, I'll never do that. And guess what? That's the first thing you do. You take that and well, I can do better. I can figure it out. I was in a horrible marriage, and I took a whole lot of crap. And by the end of it, I thought, I was ashamed of it. I can say it now. I think the last 5 years of my marriage, somewhere, and I'm not exaggerating, was sexless. There was no sex, no touching, no nothing, no nothing. And then, I brought up the subject, you know, is there any reason to cheat on your spouse? I'm gonna say this. I don't have the answer, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I said that because I wanted to bring up this story. I used to be an assistant manager at Shoney's. Um, I was the first assistant, so I was destined to be. My next level would be a GM or run a store. And I was that happy-go-lucky person. I was trying to, even though, even though I wasn't being treated right. At least I thought I wasn't being treated right. That it could be the same thing. That my ex would tell you that I wasn't treating her right. Let's keep it 100. Let's be honest. But I remember this this person gave me advances. Trying, how folks that want to mess up your situation, even though my bad situation was bad, I could have. but I never wanted to because I watched what that did to my, what that did to my parents and my home, and I never wanted that. I wanted to have the Susie Homemaker Disney Channel. The hills are alive with the sound of music. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. And I remember how blunt when the person realized I wasn't taking the subtle hints, they just became blunt about it. Let's go rent a room. Let's go do this. I will do this to you. I will give you this. I will let you do this to me. And I wasn't paying this person no mind. I said, you know what? I didn't even give it a second thought. I did not give it a second thought. Why did I not give it a second thought? Because that was against my nature. All I wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was to be, appreciated. All I wanted was to be, you know, thankful and grateful for the person that I'm with. I'm I'm I've always been the ride or die till I couldn't take it no more. You know, it was so funny. It show you how ignorant my behind was. When I became a truck driver and I left that house, I knew I wasn't coming back. I knew I wasn't coming back. You know, still supported the house, but I wasn't coming back. And my wife would only call once a month, the first of the month, and give me the list of bills. And I had to threaten her. I had checks that were written out, and I said, if you cash a check without me telling you to, and I watch my account, I will call the cops and tell them that my checks were stolen and you did it, and I will prosecute you. I remember saying that, but would only call me once a month to get the bills paid, then hang up. Didn't want to talk. Didn't care. Did nothing. And I went on and with the company that I worked for, and I even I even trained other women how to drive a truck. And we had a system going. We had a system going that once I closed the curtains, I would say knock knock or whatever, a blah blah blah, I'm coming back there, blah blah, you all right? But and showed nothing but respect. I never slept without my pants on when there was a woman in my truck. To show that respect, to show that hey, no, I'm not about that. Because I'm still with this nut, even though I wasn't coming back. I'm still with this idiot, but I'm not going to do nothing. And they knew it. This is how we do, men and women. When you know, and I forgot what they narcissist. When you're a known narcissist and you know you have that woman or that man under control, you just do such evil things to them. You do such crappy things to them, and you know all they want to do is be loved. All they want to do is be appreciated. And it doesn't matter what happened in the past, because 10 years ago is a different person than who I am today. 15 years ago is a different person than who I am today. 20 years ago is a different person than who I am today. 30 years ago, because I am 56, is a different person than who I am today. We have to look at those things. But guess what? But back to the story. And I remember, I was on the road and it was a frustrated day, and my ex had got on the phone and just started the usual belittling and putting me down in the whole 9 yards. And I remember, and accused me of all this evil stuff, and that I had a baby out of wedlock and I was doing all this stuff, and uh, what are you talking about? I'm very quiet. I wasn't that type of person that to argue. I because it brings me a lot of frustration. But through all of that, even though I wasn't coming back, I stayed. I tried and I did to the best of my ability. Try to do the right thing. And I remember I just had enough. I remember I had enough, and I said I want a divorce. And for a good hour, and guys, this they could tell you a different rendition, but it's my story, my rendition. I For a whole hour I commenced to cussing and letting go all years of pain and years of suffering that was done to me, and everything I went down and said everything that person that did to me. And I was reminded of the fact that I could have did the unthinkable when this person at Shoney's was being blunt. I would do this to you and let you do this to me, and was, I mean, being blunt about it. And I'm showing my ring. I'm showing my ring. I'm married. Do you see this ring on my finger? I'm married. The crazy part of that is I eventually hawked that ring because we didn't have food on the table. And that ring didn't mean nothing to me. I was saying it, but it was the inside. That's why I say this and I was married to that person for over 20 years. I can't remember wearing a wedding band for more than a day or two, I think. Or when we went out, I would put it on. But most of the time, I never wore it. When I actually had one. But let's come down to this time in this day and age. The woman I'm married to now, I cherish. And guys, I'm not the perfect ninja, but I cherish my marriage. She doesn't even know I worship the ground that woman walks on because of how she treats me, how she's with me. You could come my way and say the same things that person would, would you could come and say and accost me and tell me that I would do this and let you do this to me. And all you would do is get a laugh out of me, and then I would pay you no mind and walk away. Get away from me, literally. And I've always felt that way. I've always lived that way. Charles will tell you. I mean, he ain't gonna tell you, but as buddy, we talk, and I know. I've never been more happy in my life. Why would I do something? And that's the question. Would you, or are you that stupid? Well, let me see. Hold on. 91 North. Okay, man. Gotta make sure I go the right way. Are you that stupid to throw away your life for that temptation? No, not today. Not now. Not that I, God finally gave me the person that I adore beyond measure. No, I wasn't. And that's not to puff this woman up because I know God gave her to me. I didn't deserve it. I don't think I ever deserved it. And I think about that. And I wear my wedding band. I don't take it off. I don't take it off in the shower. I don't. I appreciate. I even look at it scuffed up or whatever. But sometimes I look at it and very thankful. And it's funny how people are, men and women. I, that person is so happy. I need to take him from her or take her from him. And then you get in the, and then you succeed. Then you expect them to change. They ain't gonna change if one person took them away. Guess what? The next one's gonna do is the same thing. So why be that stupid from the get go? Get your own. And again, guys, I'm not a relationship expert. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever. I'm just telling you what I went through. And I'm not saying that this was the perfect way for me to find this woman, but I knew that this is the path that I traveled to find her. If I didn't make finally grow a pair and say I wanted a divorce, and if I didn't finally grow a pair and become a truck driver and live such a miserable existence for so many years and become the happy truck driver that I am now, happy, happy, joy, joy, I wouldn't come to this conclusion. I can't make you guys believe that I'm going to do right. I can't even make my wife believe that. But I know God blessed me with her, so why would I mess that up? I've messed up so many things. I'm not gonna mess it up now. You might think, well, you're talking. No, I don't do that. You might say, well, you a simp. You don't. No, no. I'm me. And if I keep it short with you, it's because I know my situation and I appreciate my situation. Do you see what I'm saying? And I'm happy. And so even when I was unhappy, I did the right thing. So would you think that because I'm happy, I'm not going to do the right thing? I'm going to do the right thing even stronger. Do you see what I mean? I might be clueless about a whole lot of stuff. And now, don't get me wrong, that's where I screw up. I don't recognize what other women see or what other men see. I don't recognize that. And that part of it, I will definitely admit I am clueless about that. We can be clueless about. I can make mistakes. You can make mistakes, but recognize it for what it is. You got people that don't want you to be happy, or they see your happiness and they want to be a part of it because they're living a miserable existence. They're living a miserable life. You got people on YouTube. They see you growing and they don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to grow no more. So they, like, Armstrong has said it. No, some people come and try to. They come on his live and try to steal his people. It's so funny. Someone has said you can't steal somebody if you are already born. And I'm not saying you're born one, so please don't think that. Make your channel so strong that people are not going to be swayed. Make your experience so strong that people are going to listen. Do you see what I'm saying? Make your experience so strong that people will understand where you're coming from. In the end result will be a blessing to you. So I asked the question: is there any excuse for? No, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for stepping out. No matter how people would say, yeah, well, what about this? That's on you. I didn't end my marriage the right way, but I ended it. I didn't, not my first marriage, not this one. I don't want to end this one. I'm very happy, in my situation. And see, a lot of times I got to tell y'all that. I got to say that before I start the conversation, that I may be having a flashback or I'm telling you an old story. I'm not. I'm not going through nothing. I'm not in a situation or bad whatever. No, I'm not. This is content. These are stories. These are things that people are going through. You know, um, folks are not used to being loved. They have a there's a song. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Love is different to different people. Love and experience is different to people that don't know what love is. Some people think love is strife and discontent and fighting all the time and fisticuffs and everything else. Love is arguing and showing attention by arguing all the time. Love is some men or women, they put you to the test all the time. They try to test you and they don't look past the little things that you do and you don't realize that's love. Love is, in my sight, love is, I look at you and you get on my last sticking nerves. But then I look again and I can't stay mad at you. I look again and I can't help but thank God that you're mine and I'm yours. Again, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. But my wife is perfect for me. And if your loved one is not perfect, don't give that don't be that excuse. Don't give it that excuse to do something that you're gonna regret anyway. We got people that get divorces for the dumbest reasons. You know, especially these women nowadays. I be hearing these on TikTok and Reddit, and I'm like, all of this can't be true. I went to college and I got my degree in this, and I got my bachelor's, then I got my master's, then I got my doctorate, and through all of that, my husband held me down. But now that you got a doctorate in whatever, and you finally got that big job, that that you're not that your loved one, male or female, is beneath you now. Well, wait a minute. They were there when your behind was broke. Why are they beneath you now? You know? Get that big needle. Get that big sewing needle, not the little small one, but the big one. They got big ones. Stick it in your head and pull that air out and deflate yourself. Humble yourself and say, you know what? I'm good. It's so funny. And I meant it. I really give me something, but I don't need to give you a list. My wife was like, what do you want for Christmas? I said, man, please. I've got so much mess. This woman's giving me so much stuff. I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy. I've gotten more presents in the last 8 years than my whole freaking adult life. And my teenage life or kid life too. I'm spoiled rotten. Do you think you could come into my life and mess that up? And I'm not just saying that I'm happy because that's just the offshoot of the love that has been given to me. That's the offshoot of the appreciation and the spirit that's been given to me. Why would I throw that away? Why would you throw that away? Sometimes you got to think about it. I'm to the point I don't even have to, weigh it out. Nah, get away from me. There ain't no excuse. Nah, get away from me. Or what if this one? Nah, nope. Get away from me. Get away and stay away. And that's why when I say that, I was just thinking about that because I try to tell stories. I try to tell, give with I, I need to get a what is it a thesaurus. I need to get a thesaurus to find the right words. I wish I had another screen. Well, I'm trying to look for this word, but you could tell that the snakes and the vipers and the sharks are swimming around in they when if a drop of blood falls into the water, if a drop of blood falls in the water, they're hovering. They want what you got. I never had what I had till now. Man, please, I would not relinquish this for nothing and nobody. And I hope and pray that you guys have a relationship like I got. You know, we can choose to let stuff crash and burn, but bro, I ain't trying to let nothing crash and burn on purpose. You know what I'm saying? The little things will come and bless you in the end when you appreciate, where you come from or where you're headed. I got I got a good family. I got good friends. I got a good experience. Take some time and think about. Don't think about it with your emotions, but think about it with your head. Take some time and think about it. Take some time and think about your situation. Take some time and think about your life. Take some time and think about where you're going and where you come from. A lot of you women don't think men can change. And I'm telling you, we can and do change. We don't change because you dumb behinds want us to change. We change because we want to change. And when we want to change, it becomes a permanent fixture in our lives. Because if we change for another woman, that ain't gonna last. It's not gonna last. But when we want to make a change, if you treat us the way we want to be treated and need to be treated and support us the way we need to be supported, well, why do I gotta support you? Because I support you. Because we're a team. I give you whatever you ask for. So give me whatever I ask for, or whatever I need. That's why you always hear me say, I want to be needed. I want to be wanted because I never was needed in my life. I never was wanted in my life. It's something that I'm hungry for. I'm always hungry for it. I'm always yearning for it. I want to be needed. I want to be wanted. I want to be appreciated. And when I'm appreciated, man, the world is ours in my eyes. you know, it's funny. You make an effort to change, and then you realize what happens when you change. I remember when I first started with this company, I was yelling and screaming because I used to be so quiet at other places. Oh, you're not gonna do that. Blah, 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 blah. Then I started learning I need to shut up. I started learning I need to shut up. You know, why don't I get a new truck? That's not fair. Because I ain't learned how to shut up. I learned how to shut up. Now I'm in a new truck. 2,500 miles, and I put what 24 of it in it, 2,400 in it. Ain't that crazy? You gotta love it. See, we live such a selfish, self-absorbed, especially nowadays, lives that everything is about me, 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 me. You don't realize that there's somebody in your corner cares about you too. You don't realize that someone in your corner doesn't want no one else to have you. Think about it. Think about it. And again, what I say is there any excuse? No, it's not. I was gonna set the alarm and start yelling and screaming. No, don't be an idiot. Don't do it. No, just there's no excuse. We just want one. We just want one. Well, she yelled at me yesterday. That's my excuse. No, you don't want no. There's no excuse for it. There's none. Have some morals. Have some scruples. show show the world. Show the world that we can be a better. We can be a better, and you can be a better person. Well, guys, I I did start early, so I'm about to hit the ums. I did start early, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Um, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. We talk about our situations. We talk about life in general. We talk about, what's going on, and it's not in a way to be malicious. It's not. It's just a conversation. It's just a conversation. Thank you guys for coming in. Let you know you're well appreciated. Um, it's just a conversation. Coming up, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop pushing it out. We're gonna talk about, I might switch it to tomorrow. We'll talk about why I'm making up every excuse not to exercise. You know what I mean? But thank you for coming in. Thank you for, even when y'all come in and check on the replay. Let you know you're well appreciated. Well, I think I'm gonna I got a video coming out, I think around 1 o'clock. I'm gonna try to do something in the month of October and keep it going, keep growing, to do something every day. It's time to start pushing. Time to start pushing towards the finish line to move to the next level. We can't be at the next level if we're hovering around mediocrity and mediocre, and being, we want to be better. We want to keep growing. We want to move up to the next level, because the next level is heading for the 4,000 mark, the 4,000 hour mark, to be fully monetized. We're not monetized yet, but we want, I want, this gives me something to do. It's funny. I get to flap off at the gums and probably get paid for it. I'm not getting paid for it right now, but we're working towards that. You know what I mean? Flap off and move to the next level. Guys, know that you're greatly appreciated. And as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you too. Be blessed. Have a blessed day. See y'all tomorrow.